Hey, what's going on? I want to thank you for coming by to Vape with the Viking. So, sorry, it's been quite a while since you guys seen any content from me. If you watch the TRV crew show, I always just want to call it TRV live vape show, but the show with me in Spring, UGA Girl, every Friday night, 7:30 Central, you know, or if you're in our Discord too, you'll know work has been brutal. So I'm going to take a little bit of time over this holiday break, this Thanksgiving break, and get some stuff out that has been needing to be done. So what I'm going to do a little bit different format for you for Darkstar. Normally I do them individual juices at a time, but they have piled up. So unfortunately, some of these are going to be Darkstar Laboratories or Darkstar Labs. They only roll those out once a month, every month, and sell until they sell out, and then if they're good enough, they'll come back. So I tried. Sorry, didn't get a lot of the labs out like I probably should have, but it is what it is. But with the first one, we are going to go over, because we're going to go over 3 juices. So we're going to kind of do what I do with Shy Tots and sometimes with the EMB and stuff like that. So I'll do 3 at a time and try to get them completely different profiles so that hopefully just about everybody can get something out of this juice review. So the first one we're going to do is that peach tangerine bubblegum. Now this one was the month of November's, one of their 3 flavors. So it might still be available to get a hold of as of this recording. So which we're at the 28th. So hopefully it should be. But running it on my everyday setup, or as Spring would say, all day, every day. I can't do it. So my everyday setup, work, home, doesn't matter. This is what I use. It's the Ragnar 35 millimeter by Steam Crave, and of course the Boxer Mini Lipo. We are at a 0.1, basically 0.1 at 110 watts, and this is of course the peach tangerine bubblegum. Yeah, that's some good stuff. So what you're gonna get out of it, at least according to my taster, is you start getting that tangerine right off the bat. And you know how if you get something very citrusy, you start getting that kind of tingle back here and you're ready just to start salivating. That's the way the tangerine is. It's about to be too much and too punchy, and it just stays there. But then that peach really calms, I think, that tangerine down, but it gives it more of a fuller, juicy flavor than just a straight tangerine citrus. So I don't get a whole lot of peach. I get almost kind of the fruity creaminess out of the peach with a little hint of the flavor. Good amount of tangerine, but good, sweet, not punch in the face citrus tangerine. And then it finishes off with bubblegum, which I don't get like a pink bubblegum flavor. I just get more of that kind of sustenance, that almost you want to chew it type of deal. So definitely nice and calm for an all-day vape. It's not what I'm looking for something that I'll nick up really high, like 6 or 9 or even 12 milligram, and use it in an MTL and use it as kind of like a chewing gum supplement, but still a very nice, bright, clean, all-day type of vape. So, and next, and I will give you a little warning on this. Next one is one of the first new ones I've seen on Vape Asylum since the first line came out, and that is Isolation. Now, what this is, and this is a good example of what their labs will do, is they had one that was called Ice Cold Cola. I wouldn't say everybody, a good majority of people freaked out and was like, bring it back. Of course, Darkstar listened, and they did, but instead of just bringing it back as a regular flavor, they actually put it with Team Asylum, so pretty awesome. It's supposed to be just a cola, but there is a good amount of like WS23 and a Coolada, or as Mikey MF and Green would say, Coolada. I can't do that one either. So it is a very cold feeling type of vape. And I tell you right now, I tried it when it was at its 1 week steep time. If you're not a menthol WS23 Coolada type of vapor, don't like that cold or almost menthol to it, do what I did. Pop that sucker open and let it breathe for like an hour, almost every other day. And about 2 weeks in, now I'm good. Now what I'm running on is a shout out to Spring yet again. She sent me this whole nice setup, which is the Cold Steel mod, which I'm going to do a very short review on it later. It's going to be a new format too, so hopefully be neat. Very, very killer single 21700 mod. Love the thing. And of course the Widowmaker RTA. And we are running at 3.6 volts. Love its volts mode, baby. So we'll see what this is doing. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's overly intense. It was a while ago, but it's definitely get that cold factor to it, almost to a point of minty. So if you have some sinus issues or whatever, it'll probably help clean it out after a while. But it does. It is what it is. It tastes like a very nice cola. Very refreshing. Very high end on the cold, cool factor though. So it is definitely one that I try to run in single coil because I'll forget and put in dual coil and won't be able to breathe real well. But it's nice. It's definitely not something I'm going to vape every single day, but it is something I'll put in a smaller RTA, single coil stuff, and it's just nice. It's refreshing. The only con I would say is after, you know me, I chain vape. After a while, I do start getting almost a menthol flavor in there after, 5, 6, 7, 8 chains. And that's just because of the Coolada. So, but if you are a WS23 Coolada cold vape style vapor, you will love it. And even if you aren't, just run it lower and run it tamer, and it's a nice cola. So, very good job on that one, guys. And last but not least, this one is called the Jamful Dodger, which, again, this is a returning one. They had one month, September, I believe, and it was called Jamie Dodger. I was so bummed. I wasn't able to get the labs that month. I wasn't able to pay for them, but then they came back out with it, and I'm like, yes, I can get it again. And I let it sit for quite a while, because this does have that Darkstar /UK biscuit flavor in there. I, for one, do not like that flavoring. There's a hitch, though. So, like, Barbie is a great, huge fan of blueberry muffin. I tried blueberry muffin. It's okay. It's got that, it tastes like almost like spicy butter, to me, is what their biscuit base tastes like. And I just didn't like it. Then one point in time, she let a bottle of blueberry muffin sit for like it was a little over 3 months. I vaped on it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful stuff. So I made sure I did that with this. I did try it right at about the 2-month period, I think it was. And it was like, I still get that biscuit taste. No. So now though, it's been sitting for about 4.5 months. And if you just saw the latest TRV show, I did have it in my buffet, but I'm going to tell you what I get out of it. And I am running it on a stack series. This is Unicorn's MDX Countdown 2.0 with his Pandemic RDA and, of course, Coils series by show sponsor here, or channel sponsor, excuse me, Triple C Coils. Got some beautiful staggered series coils in here, so let's give this one a shot. So the nice thing about this liquid, since I've let it steep for quite a while, I get that kind of Darkstar or maybe even English biscuit flavor where it's almost kind of that spicy butter, excuse me. But since I've let it steep so long, it almost starts getting that, and then it just kind of starts turning into like a buttery cookie. But then you also get, especially in series and something very hot, you get that perfect mixture of that raspberry like jelly or preserves or whatever you want to call they put in the center there, this jam. It's not even really, it might be jam, but that nice raspberry filling with that buttery cookie, and it comes in all at once. It's that perfect little mixture to me. So on the exhale, haven't paid attention to that. See, on the exhale for me, it's about almost the same. It's a nice almost 50-50, a buttery cookie and raspberry filling. If anything, I get maybe just a hint more of the raspberry on the way out. So, but that's what I got. So definitely on these three, if I normally try to rank best to worst on the three, I'm not really going to do that on these because they are three different flavors and three different ways to vape them. So again, the peach tangerine bubblegum, I say any setup. You can put in anything. Single coil, dual coil, 20 watts, 120 watts, won't matter. It's going to be great. Isolation, for me, better in a more tame build slash single coil RTA, something like that. It is nice. Like I said, be careful on your chaining, just in case you run into what I did, where it's just a little too much and you start getting almost kind of that menthol eucalyptus flavoring. But calm build, you're good. And of course, Jammy Dodger, the hottest you can get it possible, the way you vape, is going to be great. It's going to make that raspberry pop, and it's going to make that cookie get all nice, or biscuit. I keep calling it a cookie. Their biscuit base just turn into a beautiful, buttery, fluffy cookie. So, but, that's all I got today for a couple of the Darkstar juices that I have plethoras of. So you hopefully be able to see more of these as I get a little more time off of work. But of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Mike MF and Green and Darkstar for supporting myself and, just making sure that I got some content. So, hell yeah. Love you, Mike. And of course, hashtag ADHD awareness. Please, please, please be aware. It's a thing. It's a real thing. So I just want to thank each and every one of you yet again for coming to Vape with Viking. And I'll check you later.